So to answer that question on describing the core components of a virtual machine, so basically there are five core components that I would like to describe. And but first, I'll give the uh, brief description about a virtual machine. So a virtual machine is a software-based emulation of a physical computer, and this is managed by a hypervisor, which is um, the which is responsible for the allocation of resources from the physical host to the machines. So the core components are number one, a hypervisor. So there are two types. Type one is also called the bare metal. So this is a virtual um, machine that runs on physical hardware. And for the example of it is Hyper-V, VMware, ESXi. And the second one is Type 2, which is the host. So it basically runs on top of a host operating system. An example of it is the VirtualBox. And now, the other components are the virtual hardware. So just like in any other computers, the virtual machine needs several virtual hardwares to function. And these are composed of CPU, RAM, storage, NICs, and graphics adapter. So all of these are abstracted from the physical hardware or computer, and it has its function separately. The third component or is the guest operating system. So this is the operating system that we're gonna put in our virtual machines. It is down from the Windows server down to the Linux distributions operating system. The third one is the virtual disk. So this is typically a file that has the file extension VHDK. And basically, it serves as a hard disk for our virtual machine. This is where we store all the operating systems that we're gonna put on the machines, all the data, all the applications that we're gonna run, or gonna install in our virtual machines. And lastly, virtual machines can be configured using the virtual network. So in order to communicate internally and externally, so they need to be configured through switches, NATs, and bridge. So the other question is, how can I or how would I leverage this kind of technology in a business setting? So I would identify two things. Number one is the server consolidation. So what this basically means is that instead of using multiple physical servers, I'll just replace it with fewer hosts that will run multiple VMs so that it will reduce the hardware costs and improve manageability. And number two is testing and development. So just like in virtual machine, you can test, for example, GPO scripts, PowerShell scripts, GPOs before its production. So before it is released in a business. So that's it. Thank you.